Hello. What a lovely morning we're having, isn't it? Birds chirping, sun shining, cup of coffee to get us going. What a wonderful day to play some video games. Let's do it, shall we? So, first off, I noticed that the sound was a bit loud compared to my speaking. So again, this is the Moldy Donut coming at you with a part 3 of our playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard mode. Home Sweet Slum, Chapter 3. Sector 7 slums, the sprawling slum quarter beneath a Sector 7 plate. Life is mean and meager in the dark section of Midgar, a stark contrast to the thriving cityscape just above it. Despite the poor quality of life, there is a strong sense of community and independence among its people. We about to go. Hope you guys are doing okay today. I'm really looking forward to diving into the next section.
How are people here, Tate?
You see the huge explosion on TV?
Yeah, I saw it.
So, if you remember,
Realize what's happened.
we have just blown up a reactor as part of this group called Avalanche,
What are we even doing here?
and we just finally made it back home.
I'm going on a ghost.
Of course not.
Train services have concluded for the day.
Hmm.
We will provide enough
So you saw all the devastation in the last episode, and the people here are far enough away that they're not freaking out as much. Also, it looks like a lot of loved ones came home that people were worried about. It's interesting how they've captured devastation in this game, like from the last chapter of people being distraught and crying and wailing and all of this other stuff. I mean, they were right next to a reactor explosion, whereas these people who are a bit removed from the situation, they're also dealing with it, but there's a much, like, people are in line to eat food and shop and things. Like, it's almost as if it's more gossip than it is anything, and it's just a really cool way how they've culturally captured how people deal with devastation. Another thing too, you hear when I get closer to this, there's a different music track playing. These music boxes right here, you can actually go into and take music discs from, or at least talk to the people next to them, and they'll probably give you the music disc. And they're like little collectibles that you can get throughout the game. Like if I go to my inventory, you see music collection. I've collected most of them from my first playthrough. I think I'm missing 7 and like 26, I think. Yes, 26. Don't know what they are. Again, I played this from like I have not looked up any of the guides or anything on this yet, so have no idea where they are or where I missed them. I'm usually pretty thorough, but of course there's, I don't always get everything.
I've never felt the ground
What
shake
kind
like
of person bombs a reactor?
The kind of person who goes around putting up flyers all over the slums, I expect.
Yeah, people are definitely blaming Avalanche.
Some ladies only had it so good because of the reactors. The bombings changed all that.
Yeah, well, shoes on the other foot now. Let's see how they like fighting to survive.
They're people too, you know.
I've never seen anything like it.
So obviously, we are on, like Jesse said in the last episode, we are on the ground, not on the plate above us. The plate, as you can see in the sky here, is, I don't know, like 300 meters above ground. And a lot of people live up there, and it's,
Mako is the lifeblood of the planet? Yeah, the hell it is. Goddamn eco-warriors with their dumbass posters. I tear them down and they're back up inside of an hour. Like I've got nothing better to do. I mean, look at all that steel work. You trying to tell me that's not progress? What the? You okay, buddy? taco junkie, huh? Figures.
All right, listen here, asshat.
You again.
Right. So clearly, Cloud is losing his marbles. He's seeing things that he isn't real, as we saw in the previous episodes as well. But yeah, so the people that live above the plate, and you saw a little bit of at the beginning, or in the first episode, I think, or in the second episode too, like higher class individuals live up there, and these are the poorer individuals that live down on the ground.
Barely tell my skin from all the ash and sweat.
When I get back, it's
Shinra is
refueling time.
clearly watching over us always.
I don't know. Figure out how I screwed up?
You're such a killer.
I love the Avalanche crew. Man, I tell you, like, as a
I don't know. It sounds like an accident to me.
But then what about the children?
lover of the original, when I heard that theme and saw Sector 7 for the first time, man, I still get chills. You know, when you originally played this game, for those of you that don't know, it looked a lot like this style-wise, but it just wasn't near as big. There were like 4 buildings you could go into, and like maybe 6 people that you could talk to, but it was still supposed to be a community, and they've just really captured this whole thing. Like, you'll never talk to hardly any of these people, but you can see how they're reacting to the stuff that's going on. It's awesome.
Arlene. Daddy, you're home.
That's right, Angel.
Welcome back.
Have you been a good girl?
Yeah, I've been helping Tifa.
Oh, you did you? Well, well.
You made it. Where'd you get that? I can't remember the last time I saw a real one. Huh? How sweet. When did you get so thoughtful?
Guy can change. Has been 5 years.
Huh?
I need to talk to Barrett.
Right. Come on in.
Daddy, the Mako place blew up. Everyone on TV's talking about it.
Don't you worry about all that silliness. Daddy's here and he's not going anywhere tonight. Now turn that thing off and let's get you to bed, huh?
Yeah, his little daughter was waiting up on him. I kind of get it. You know, he's probably gone a lot between all of his missions and everything with Avalanche. And so she wants to grab every single moment that she can with him whenever he's home, even if it is, I don't know, what is it, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Hey! What the hell you think you're doing scaring my daughter like that?
Daddy says never talk to strangers.
That's right, honey, I do say that. What a good girl you are remembering Daddy's lessons. You know what else good girls do? They go to bed on time. Come on.
But I'm not tired. I want to talk some more, Daddy.
All right, but just this once.
So then, what can I get you?
My money. I'm still waiting on it.
Right. About that. We should talk outside.
Daddy? Did the people who died all return to the planet?
Of course.
So again, that little exchange between the two of them just now, that's again, what the basic belief here is that, like I said, the lifeblood of the planet is this like literal blood in human bodies, but it's a recycling of energy, so to speak. So this lifeblood pours out energy onto the earth and it creates life, plants, animals, beings, whatever. And then, of course, when those living beings die, the energy goes back to the planet. So that's what he is teaching her. And that was the question that she just asked him.
Let that be a lesson to you.
You got it. Captain Gunhand. Glad he shoved him with his real hand. Imagine if he shoved him with the gun hand. Also, I've always wondered, I guess that's why he reaches over. That's the trigger, right? Like how he like kind of does like that thing. I guess that's the firing. Oh yeah, so all the music that you collect, you can actually these few jukeboxes around the game, you can play whatever you want. And just like fun little tidbits, a lot of them are the original game's soundtrack, but like like covers of them, like new editions. I guess we got like a bossa nova cover of it, but that again, that's riffing off of the original track, Under the Rotting Pizza. And then you can just get out of the menu and it'll keep playing and you're just hanging out. You can actually play darts here later, but we'll get to that.
Before we get on to money, there's an empty apartment in a place just down the road. It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so you wouldn't even have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure does. Thanks.
Follow me then. How was it up on the plate?
It was chaotic.
Sorry for dragging you into all this. It was wrong of me to put you in danger like that. I promise I won't do it again.
Danger's part of the job. Don't worry about me.
Because I'm a professional.
Always happy to help stick it to Shinra.
Not good at all.
Stick it to Shinra, I'll stick it to somebody. I'm saying Tifa.
Make nice with everyone?
Much as I could, all things considered. Maybe not enough for them.
Good. You had me worried. You're not exactly a people person.
I'll give you that.
I saw Sector 8 on the news. It was like a war zone.
The news is just another Shinra mouthpiece. They'll spread whatever lies Shinra tells them to.
So, it wasn't that bad?
It was.
Oh, right. And here we are. Good old Stargazer Heights. You're on the second floor.
Room and board, know what I'm saying? They got plenty of board here. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You deal with these jokes.
Room 201 here is where I sleep.
And that's where
Don't
I'm
have
sleeping.
time for much else, what with Seventh Heaven and all. Not even time to decorate.
Why aren't we? That's...
Here's your room,
Oh.
202. Don't worry, I already told the landlady about you.
You did?
Yes? Oh, I mean, I told her I had a friend looking for a place to stay. Was that too much?
No. It's fine. And this?
That one's, know what? It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
But I want to know.
What are you doing? You've never even met this person.
That is Cloud himself literally telling the player, me, stop. Don't be rude. How dare you, game? Don't do that to me. Yeah, I can't go back a second time.
It's a little bare, but should be enough to get you through the night. If you want anything else, we can always
There
get
is
it.
one thing. My money. You guys owe me 2,000, remember?
I do. And we'd love to settle up, especially since this was your first job for us, but
That's it?
sorry. We spent the rest preparing for the mission. That really is it. But not for long. I'm collecting money for filters tomorrow, so I can pay you after.
And you're sure about that?
Of course, as long as you help, that is. Wait, then I'd have to pay you for that too. Never mind.
No, 2,000's enough. That's what we agreed on, so that'll be the price. With what you gave me, that leaves 1,500.
You're the best. I'll
You're
see you
damn
bright
right.
and early at the bar then. Thanks again for everything. Sleep tight.
Guess it's time for introductions.
Sounds like my stomach in the mornings. Okay. Howdy ho, neighbor.
Hey, you okay in there? Oh. Coming in.
Stop!
Get back inside! Get off me!
What are you doing to Marco? This is his apartment. He's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy. The landlady asked me to check on him now and then to make sure he's okay. Can I ask you to do the same?
Sure.
In that last scene, there's that moment when Cloud sees who he thinks is Sephiroth, and he like pulls out his sword in the doorway and he gets stuck. There's those little details like that throughout this game that I just think are just awesome. Like they could have easily just had him sweep through and like really it would have like clipped through the ceiling, but it would just been so fast we wouldn't have noticed. But they took the time to like show that that can't, like the sheer size of his sword, like it can't go through like that. It's just so good, the little details that they've added like that. Yeah, and these other these characters in the original game, Marco and the others, again, really awesome job layering in what they are. And again, for those of you that know the story, you know, hearing that word reunion and seeing this so early in the game, so early. We've only done the first bombing mission. But it gives you, I mean, if you have no context, which some of you might not, you have no idea what that means. No idea. So they just, the pacing is really, really good.
Well now, you must be Cloud. I'm Marl, your landlady. So how'd you like the place?
Good old Marl.
You from up on high?
I've been around.
I'll bet. No matter. All kinds come through with all kinds of reasons. If you ever need an ear to bend, I'll lend you mine. Can be about anything. even Tifa.
What's she to you?
The granddaughter I never had. And if you hurt her, I'll take it out of your hide. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good. Now you'd best get a move on to 7th Heaven. She's got a head start on you and then some.
I love Marl. Very protective of her brood, but not
Come on, quit lollygagging and go to 7th Heaven already.
no BS. No BS with Marl.
Maintaining surveillance. Oh, being a spy is so cool. Holding position until nightfall. We'll report any developments immediately if observed. What's gonna happen to Midgar?
My husband decided to go to
So I'm not exploring a whole lot at the moment because through side quests and everything that we're gonna do, you'll see a lot of Sector 7.
There's so many people who just don't get it. The planet is unlivable.
Morning.
Hey.
Just so you know, Marlene's still asleep. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Huh?
These water filters won't replace themselves. Although the next batch probably could, if Jessie put her mind to it. Most every home in the area has one. Folks love them because they practically eliminate the rotten egg smell. Honestly, they make us more money than this place. And it's easy money too. We bring new filters, collect the old ones, and get paid. What?
Give me a break. I'm not a salesman. I'm a soldier.
Which is why no one will refuse to pay. What do you say? Please?
Let's get this over with.
Great. And while we're at it, I'll give you the grand tour.
Another thing that this game doesn't really like allude to very well, because I think they're going to explain it a lot more in the next game, but I'll give you a little bit of info on, is you keep seeing everybody refer to Cloud as a soldier, but it's in all caps. It's a specialized program of Shinra where they do, I think it's pretty well known that they do like, they might not call it this, but experiments on their subjects. And they know, and the subjects know that they're signing up for it. It's like all in writing, blah, blah, blah. And it's to make them a genetic super soldier of sorts.
Go ahead and keep whatever we collect. Seeing as you didn't bring any luggage, I'm guessing there's stuff you need to buy.
Everyone's worried they're
Thanks.
gonna run out of money.
And don't worry,
It's a
we'll
sad
pay
day
you the
when
difference
people
after.
get bored of it.
Barrett's out making his rounds too.
As long as I get it all today.
Take your time now, okay?
So that's why, you know, people look at him and they see his eyes and stuff, and it's like, oh my.
Hey there. Here to change out your water filter.
Tifa, baby, how you doing? Been waiting for you to... Wait, who's he?
Cloud's in charge of collections. He'll take your money.
Sounds like a pretty sweet gig. If you ever need someone to fill in, I'm your man.
In your dreams, maybe.
Huh?
Cloud! Since we're here, maybe we should do a little shopping.
Suppose I could take a look?
So this is the item shop sales guy. I don't really need anything at the moment. You can see I maxed out all my items, and we can't even use items in the hard mode, but potions are your basic form of healing and items. Phoenix Downs are the item that brings somebody back to life. You saw me use them at the Guard Scorpion battle. And antidotes cure poison. Very, very basic items in the Final Fantasy universe. And then materia. You can actually buy and sell magic and things. On the right side of the left menu, you see stock and owned. So I have like 5 healing materias, 2 fire materias, etc. So I always try to, like, if I ever see a materia that says I don't own it, I try to always own at least 1 and level it up if I get a chance. And then, of course, every merchant that you talk to, you can sell to as well, and you can sell anything to them. Doesn't make a whole lot of real-world sense because I don't know what he would do with this particular salesman would do with any of these, you know, armor pieces, but whatever. Speaking of, though, I'm never going to use these again, so I'm just going to sell these. And I could probably sell a lot more, but...
Tickle your fancy? If you change your mind, you know where I am. And that goes for you too, Tifa.
We'll see you around, okay? And let us know when your filter next needs changing.
So you see, this music's called The Prelude. This is another music disc that you can get. The Prelude was the opening theme to the original game, but this is like a fast dance kind of version. The original was much more like legato and slower and very lyrical.
All the items you could want, straight from the plate.
He's a regular. Stock up here and he might throw in a freebie or two.
For you, maybe.
Well, you could try being a little nicer.
Man, Cloud's jealous.
Get free shit? Not my style.
Hey.
Our next stop is Stargazer Heights. Landlady's a client.
Just met her.
Then you know what to expect. Remember, she's a good friend of Avalanche, so be nice. Please?
Don't tell me what to do, Tifa.
Can't help but take
I'm a loose cannon, baby.
Apparently it was done by a terrorist group called Avalanche.
Alright, I'm not terrorist. I only blow
Marl.
stuff up
Got
for
some filters
good
for
reasons.
Tifa, my dear girl. Oh, what's he doing here?
Working?
Be nice. Cloud's helping me with collections.
You better take care of her.
I'm pretty good at taking care of myself, you know.
That I do. Still, better him than you. No charm, no wit. Big sword, but no skills.
I've got skills.
Be nice.
I'm doing my best.
You're looking awfully glum. Are you getting enough sleep? A good long rest will cure anything, I tell you.
A tried and true lesson for life on the ground floor. Am I right?
That you are. Now, your money.
Thanks, Marl. You take care of yourself.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I love her Poochie. Look at that pupper. It's a good douche right there.
Don't you still have work to do? Well, go on then. Get back to it.
Alright, I'm going. So, Cloud, real
Marl's
charmer.
great. She helped get me set up back in the day.
The Watch is saying they're
been
gonna
here a
step
while
up
now?
their game.
5 years, give or take.
Ain't they short-handed?
But never mind that. We've got to get you your money. Last stop is the weapons store.
Hey, if it isn't Tifa.
You here for the filter?
Hey! That last filter didn't do shit!
We're so sorry about that. Hopefully this one will work better.
Save your excuses and get out!
All right. If you could just settle your bill, we'll be on our way.
The hell? You charging me for your busted-ass goods?
My associate handles payment disputes.
Think you can mosey up in here and have it your way?
Pretty please.
Thank you very much. Seeing as we're done with our rounds and you've got a small fortune now, why not take a gander at the weapons?
Well, when will Barrett be back with the rest?
Before we open up tonight. It'll be a while yet, so... What do you want to do?
Don't really know.
In that case, I've got a suggestion. Want to hear it? If you're serious about becoming a merc, then you're going to need to start making connections. It's not what you know, but who you know?
Another lesson for life on the ground floor.
Yep. Connections get you jobs. Jobs build your rep. And more rep gets you better connections.
How do I start?
Why not help out the neighborhood watch? They're mostly volunteers, but you'll get to know people.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't see anybody at the office, so let's head up top.
No better way to keep you and your
So yeah, you can talk to this guy to buy weapons.
I ain't got nothing for a punk-ass bitch like you! Get on out of here!
Whoa, sir. Sir, I just wanted to collect payment. Well, anyway, later on, you'll be able to buy stuff from
with a
him.
weapon of your own. Come and check out our selection.
We gotta do something about the monsters on Scrap Boulevard. I'll head on
I'm right.
down there
I guess
first
I'm
thing
supposed to go
tomorrow.
inside.
Not alone, you won't.
Huh. Didn't know you were holding down the fort.
Huh? Oh, hey, Cloud. Looking to join the neighborhood watch?
That depends. What does this neighborhood watch do?
Lots of stuff, really. But our top priority is taking care of any beasts that wander into town. That, and teaching the locals how to defend themselves.
Like they say, the only one who will look out for you is you.
Cloud's a great fighter, but only we know that. If no one knows him, no one will hire him. Thought if he joined the watch, he could get his name out there.
That would work for everybody.
Truth be told, we could really use your help. We can't pay you in gil, but we'll work something out. For example... Aha! What about your sword? I could mod it for you.
No thanks. It's fine just the way it is.
What? You some kind of purist? I know I'd never pass up a chance to improve my gear. Come on. At least let me show you how it's done.
That's so cool how you could equip
set?
any weapon.
Needless to say, you'll have to try it out to appreciate the difference.
Thanks.
We'll do you one better. Spread the word to everyone who'll listen about the new merc in town.
Between him and Wedge, there isn't anyone they don't know.
I'll march through the streets singing your praises, even on an empty stomach.
So, where are these monsters?
Scrap Boulevard. Good hunting.
Hey, Cloud, I'll come with.
No, I've got this.
But you don't know the way, do you?
Lead on.
Sure thing. I know these streets better than anyone.
Lit. Yeah, so what I was saying in the middle of that, so you could have, Cloud could have had any of his swords equipped. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I have all the weapons you can get for him in this game. Material equipment. We'll do Cloud. So I have the hard edge equipped, that's the one you've been seeing on him the whole time. But if I had any of these others, for example, equipped, then it would have been those in the cinematic. Just to kind of show you, I'll equip the Twin Stinger real quick. And so then it changes to that. And that's just what you see in every cinematic after that. So it's pretty, I don't know. I can't imagine the programming and everything they had to do to get that to happen. So like every cinematic that you see is they had to, basically rewrite a different code, 7 different times just for Cloud's weapons. Then the same goes for Tifa and Barrett and Aerith later on. It's just, I don't know. Again, little details. It's just awesome. So I like hard edge because, like I said, I don't know if I've said this before yet, but it's the highest physical attack weapon that Cloud can get, and that's how I've built him, is to be a heavy attacker physically. And maybe I'll hate that later. Maybe there will be bosses where it's like, oh, this is garbage.
Scrap Boulevard is out west. Past the barricades, supposed to keep the monsters out. Anyway, we should prepare just in case.
Oh, I'm prepared. Oh, let's talk to this kid.
I hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research.
Okay, so he's not going to do any of his cutscenes to show you who this kid is. So Chadley is a researcher that works for Shinra, but he has kind of a vendetta against them as well. So the way he's sticking it to Shinra is by helping Cloud develop new materia so that Cloud and the gang can use it against Shinra. But he's like a whiz kid kind of thing, and you just check back in with him from time to time after you do certain intel missions. Like I'll show you the one I haven't done yet, because again, I haven't looked up a guide on how to do it, and I'm not entirely sure how to do it. But you can also, before I explain that, the VR missions, the VR missions that you see here, you can fight certain summons, and if you beat them, he gives you those summon materia. So like I had to actually fight and defeat Shiva to be able to have the Shiva materia. Same for Fat Chocobo.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
So you can always look at your battle intel right here. And you can see Monster Bio Part 1, it's the first one that you ever get. You have to use the Assess materia, which is a, it tells you all, like, a bunch of info about the creature that you assess on 2 different enemy types. And if you do that, you come back to him, and if at the bottom right, you see it's under New Materia, you get the Auto Cure materia for doing that. The one that I haven't done is increase stagger damage bonus to 200%. I have not done that yet. Because I'm not sure how. I think it has something to do with you have to know exactly what pressures a creature and do it while they're staggered, and do it enough in that staggered time that they get to 200% before they die. I'm hoping that should be a little easier.
I can see why monsters would feel right at home.
And the more we pile up, the more they show up.
So the neighborhood watch has to keep monsters away from them. Again, another struggle that the people on the ground have. And all of those finds and treasure chests too are the exact same from normal to hard mode. So if you see it in this playthrough, you'll see that on your normal or easy or whatever playthrough. Yeah, so these Gorgers, they will attach to you like they are to Tifa right now and just leech off of you. So if that ever happens to the main character you're playing, switch to your other party members to get them off.
So that's what a soldier looks like in action.
This was just a warm-up.
I'll bet.
Triple slash. Yeah, easy. Were-rats are probably the simplest enemy in the game. They just have basic attacks. They run really fast. So probably the only really annoying thing.
Charging in like it was nothing.
You too. It's a little surprising.
Well, I've been here 5 years now. If you don't look out for yourself, no one else will. By the way, that one's gonna be on the test.
This a lesson?
Gotta learn if you're gonna stick around. Okay.
So let's check out Tifa. Okay, so Tifa is like she actually is a black belt in martial arts. So that's kind of what she does. She's a fast striking person. So Cloud got attacked. Boom. You can build her to be a very strong attacker.
I think that might be the last of them.
He won't stay gone for long.
Of course not. Even so, folks will be grateful for the peace and quiet in the meantime. A win's a win, you know?
True.
Trust me, it'll do wonders for your rep. Right. Let's go check in with Biggs and Wedge.
Heard that. Yeah, you can actually make her very strong physically. I've built her to be my magic user when I don't have Aerith. Now, right now, because I had Aerith with me before, she's wearing her feather gloves, which are really good for, like, they're not the strongest. Like, you could have metal knuckles, which you can see have 134 attack, but the feathered gloves have a lot of materia slots, and they do an ability called Star Shower, which is awesome. You can see the animation over there. It just attacks a bunch of times, and then that last one is a pretty powerful attack. And it's a 96 attack rating, which is still pretty good. So I used those when I have Aerith. So it's kind of like a balance between magic and physical attack. But when I don't have Aerith, I keep on the Mithril Claws. Much lower attack, but a lot higher magic. Actually, the highest magic that she can have. So we will equip those on her. And because we're going to use Tifa for a little while. Cloud's using Elemental right now. So the way I build like my magic users in this game is I try to load them down with like the basic elemental materia, so fire, ice, that kind of stuff. And because I'm a little worried about needing multiple people in the hard mode to have maxed out materia, like I only have 1 maxed out ice materia, but I have 2 maxed fire. I think 2 is enough, but I need a second ice materia. So that way, if I fight particularly, or particular bosses that need magic, more magic damage done to them than physical, then I'm gonna want as many people to have maxed out materia as possible. So, I don't need synergy right now. We're gonna replace that with, and maybe I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but in my run through, I did not find a whole lot of purpose to the poison materia. So I'm not going to really worry about that. Poison materia does a little bit of poison damage, but it also causes an enemy to become poisoned, which is a damage over time effect. Super useful against, you know, like regular, not bosses, but again, I can just kind of decimate like mobs anyway without it. So I don't know. I just didn't find purpose in it. Now there are monsters that have wind weaknesses, so we're gonna need a second one of those. But we can get lightning materia and start working on that. And I'll go ahead and give her fire materia. Now, remember, if you're trying to specifically level up materia, you don't have to use it necessarily. Like, I don't have to go into combat and use lightning materia to level it up. As long as I have it equipped, when I kill something, I will get AP for it. And AP, for those of you that don't know, is separate from EXP. EXP is for your character level. AP is specifically to level up your materia. You can see, for example, on this lightning materia, I have 124 AP gained on it out of 300 to the second level. I need 300 to get to the next level of it. So yeah, we'll leave the elemental in there because we don't need to trade for anything else right now. I don't need any more gil at the moment. So we can trade that for... I do like auto cure a lot. And you don't actually have to have a cure materia on for it to work. So what happens is, as long as I'm not controlling Tifa, if someone goes into critical mode, she will automatically cure them if she has the ATB gauge for it. And so we want to swap that with, we'll do that. So we can get the lightning materia. AP up is pretty self-explanatory. It gives extra AP for the linked materia. So only for the lightning in this linked slot will it give extra AP. By 100%, so it'll get double, which is nice. So that's why she's wearing a rune armlet too. Like I said, building her as a magic person gives her a much higher magic defense. I could give her the chain bangle. Astral cuff. I might do that actually. It's a little less magic defense, but it's a lot more physical defense, and it has an extra slot, which is nice. So I almost have a second healing materia. Why don't we just go ahead and do that actually, just in case. It seems like in hard mode, especially on certain fights, that you're gonna want as many resources to heal yourself with as possible, so. Get that up. I might even level up a third healing materia for third party or 3-party encounters. Again, I don't know what these bosses are going to look like in this game. Or in hard mode, at least. so let's see.
Tally of monster slain has been updated.
Oh yeah, we gotta go back. Okay, so weapons shop, find that, and then you can climb the ladder.
Monster slain has been updated. Got new numbers for monster slain this month. Check them out.
Do mercenaries do roofs? Everyone here so in awe you're
Back already?
Got every last one, too. Now the slum should be safe.
Easy.
You guys are machines.
Good job. Meanwhile, we told everyone we could about you.
Wow, in like 10 minutes.
So I heard. I've got to ask though, what did you tell them?
It's all right. All you gotta do is keep up the good work. It'll pay off soon enough, I promise.
How's the sword, by the way?
Good.
Glad to hear it. Seems like the perfect fit for you.
Yeah. We've been through a lot.
Oh, you okay?
I'm fine.
Been meaning to ask. After you left the village...
It's a long story.
I've got time. Why don't you tell me all about it while we try to rustle up some more work for you?
That sounds great. I'll come too.
Oh, no, you won't. Run along now, you two.
Sorry,
Go on.
maybe next time.
Huh?
No fair.
Think about it for a second. They haven't seen each other in years. You'd be a third wheel.
Biggs is a
Since you
bro.
got yourself a new weapon, let's see if we can't put it to good use. Come on. Let's go chat up Weimer.
Who?
The guy who tracks all the requests that come to the watch. You never know. Could toss some work your way.
Where's he at?
Oh, he should be back at the office by now.
Okay.
Everyone here so in awe of your skills.
I love how everybody was like, who is this guy? And now all of a sudden I kill like a few enemies and everybody's like, oh, this is... Now everybody's just like, this guy's the coolest.
Hey there, Tifa. You need a helping hand?
Actually, I wanted to introduce you to an old friend of mine. This is Cloud. He's a merc.
Ah, you don't say. Well, we're always on the lookout for experienced fighters to help us deal with the bigger critters.
I'll take on anything. For the right price, that is.
Experienced and cocky, huh? If it's a challenge you want, I might have a few good ones. Your clients can fill you in on the details. Prove yourself at these jobs, and I'll see if I can't find you some more.
Thanks.
Cloud! You were the first to gather the data I requested. Here is the rest of your payment. I have developed new materia. Would you like to see it? I plan to develop more materia in the future. Together, we can harness enough power to take down Shinra. I'll keep preparing more battle intel reports, which I hope you will assist me in completing.
That went well. Could be you found your calling.
Was alright, I guess.
Think of each job as an opportunity. Not to make money, but to build connections.
It's not what you know, but who.
You remembered.
Not a patient teacher.
Maybe not so patient next time.
Oh boy.
Oh, Barrett should have finished collecting his share of the money by now. So what do you want to do? Head back to the bar?
So the reason why that was a little confusing was because Chadley was about to send me on my first intel mission, but on hard, of course, this is, you know, after I've completed the game, so I've already done what he asked me to do, so he just gave me the reward immediately.
I'll go ahead and put the word out that you're looking for more work.
So we'll do so if you go to now, like Tifa said, we could go back to the bar and continue the rest of the main story mission, which we obviously will at some point. But if you go to your map, you can go check quests, and you can see that all the green lined ones are side quests that you can go do, and if you've finished it, like this Chadley's report one, top left, it'll have all of its little dots or like progression points filled in, and it'll say cleared. But that's the only one we've done so far. So let's go. We'll go do nuisance in the factory. It's a pretty good one. So if you're wondering where these people are, you can always open up your map and it'll show you. That's the rat problem. Lost friends. Whoops, my bad. Scrap problem. Nuisance in the factory. That's what we want. So we'll track that. Go find this guy. Talk to him and do his quest real quick. Side quests are also a really good time if you're into grinding, or you're like, man, I still feel so weak, like I want to get my characters up a little more. You can always use quests to not just the quests to level up. Oh, who is this?
Something's wrong. Let's check it out.
Okay.
I hope he's okay.
Stay away from me!
Hold it! Settle down now.
Get off me, assholes! I didn't do shit!
Shut up, punk.
Or what, huh? Screw you!
What's going on?
Somebody
like
went and
that?
stole some
Just
blasting
messing
maybe from a
with you?
Shinra warehouse. So public security started asking questions, and you know how Johnny gets.
It's because of the reactor bombing, I bet. I could be wrong, but something tells me they're not gonna settle for just roughing him up this time.
We've got to save him, Cloud.
Is he Avalanche?
No. He doesn't really know what we do. But he has his suspicions. And he's a talker.
Ah.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I should go alone.
I'm coming.
Are you sure?
It's the least I can do. Lead on.
Well,
Thanks. Come on.
we'll get the factory one later. Let's do this one first.
They come in and act like they own.
What the hell, man? You trying to break my arm? Dragging me through the street like this is... Ow! An unusual punishment!
Come on. Let's get a closer look.
Any way to treat a model citizen of Midgar?
Model citizens don't steal blasting, Agent. So why don't you tell me why your ID popped when we were going over the warehouse logs?
Huh? You got it all wrong. You're not even near a Shinra warehouse.
I swear. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut.
Yep.
Anyway, you distract the officers and I'll figure something out.
Oh, I'll distract him. If I distract him, I'll beat the crap out of him. So, these are, typically you'll see, like, at various points in the game, little benches as well as vending machines. Vending machines sell, sometimes they just sell items like this one. Some of them sell all four, but they typically are only selling things that you've already come in contact with. You'll rarely find new items in a vending machine. But the good news about these vending machines is sometimes they offer certain items at a or at a low discount. So keep an eye out for those. They'll give you a little notification if you open them up too. The benches are literally resting spots. You pop your bum down and you get your HP and MP back. Oh, but not in hard mode. Oh, it only recovers your HP. So know that about hard mode. You gotta really ration out your magic use.
Let him go.
Who are you? The cavalry?
Is that who I think it is? Oh, hell yeah! You guys really came to save me! Ow!
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Here we go.
So same tactics. We're gonna take down the ranged guys first. And we'll use a little fire. Nice. Easy.
So, is it over? No! Grab Johnny so we can get out of here. Then help me!
I think it's all the boxes. Okay, alright.
Well, what now?
He's a talker.
Huh? Whoa, whoa!
No!
You're not gonna... Hold up! Wait! Don't do it, man!
You want to live? Then get the hell out of town.
You got it, boss. You ain't never gonna see my face again. I swear.
Are you sure about this? It's a big risk.
I know, but it's fine.
And them?
No more. Cloud, you're scaring me. We need to go before they wake up.
Wake up. I guess that's true. You've noticed that the other enemies kind of dissolve their life stream, right? These guys have not, so clearly I've just knocked them unconscious.
I'm worried about Johnny.
I'm more worried about us. We gotta go, right?
Right.
What?
It's just... you've really changed.
How?
I suppose it's... yeah. Your eyes. They used to be less...
It's the Mako. Soldier, remember?
I remember. So, what do you want to do now? Head back to the bar, or do you want to tackle another job or two?
Cool. So, I believe... actually, we'll go ahead and stop there. I know we're still on Chapter 3, but in the next episode, we'll do the rest of the side quests, and then we'll see what happens with the next part of the story. Again, hope you guys are really enjoying this. Again, one of my favorite games of all time. I even love the little missions like this because it just layers in the world that these people live in. This what we're doing right now. These side quests are these people's day-to-day lives. Not near as exciting as blowing up reactors and stuff, but the struggle. I mean, from being taken by Shinra guards for whatever reason to fighting monsters that are constantly like pressuring in on the makeshift walls that they've created. So I just want to keep exploring that, and then we'll get back right into it. So thank you guys for being here again today. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff, because I just want to get to know you guys and hear what you think. And of course, any advice that you have for me, more than happy to hear it. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Later.